There are 5 things that make a woman. Now, Mike Walsh spent, I think, over an hour trying to ask the question of what is a woman? And he made no attempt to actually answer that question scientifically. Now, there are numerous scientific people who could answer the question. I will get to the first leading expert, and he is from Stanford. Now, numerous other people have joined his research. If you ask Google how many women are in America, it will give you an answer. About 165 million women in America today. Now, these are all women prostitutes in Moscow currently that if you wanted to help find a wife, because all of these women speak very good English, we would ask their help to help you find your ideal bride throughout Moscow. But I wouldn't recommend, unless you're looking for a prostitute, I would not go to St. Petersburg or Moscow to find a wife. But they would be very helpful in helping you find somebody outside of the Golden Ring or towards the edges. Now, the first thing everyone will talk about is genetics. Women have an XX chromosome. Now, some women only have an X chromosome, and some women have XXX. And there are a few gender dysmorphic people, less than 1%, who are intersex, like me. Now, I dislike, and everyone I know who is like this dislikes that term. So, I will not use that term. Now, this was the first leading expert in women's brain difference. And he could have gone to Stanford when he was in California and talked to this person. Second thing besides your chromosomes is females have a very different brain than men. Now, one of the biggest difference is the corpus callosum, and I have a woman's corpus callosum. Now, there are women that are more women in the brain than me, and there are probably 10% of the population has a more womanly brain than me. Now, there are 4 main features in the brain that are physically different in a woman's brain than a man. Like I said, the corpus callosum. There is also a difference in limbic thalamic cortical, and this allows women to think different. Women think and feel differently than men. It's in their brain, not just in other body parts. Now, there is a gender difference between white and gray matter, and women have different ratios of these things. And it wasn't until recently that, besides skilled individual, AI has been able to map the brain better every day. And in the past few weeks, this has jumped leaps and bounds. in the mass of AI. So the fifth, besides these differences, is women have a just general, besides a specific link between the two sides of the brain through the corpus callosum, they have a just, their neurons are linked through both hemispheres, not just through, so they have neurons that interact through their both sides simultaneously. So their brain is different, their hormones are different. Women produce estrogen, men produce testosterone, but both sexes produce both hormones. And one of the reasons why you might be a man and not become one is there is a condition where women have to be, even if you are an XY chromosome, you may not become a woman if you're, or become a man, if your mother never turns on testosterone. That usually happens when you are, when the woman is starving or is something like a heroin addict. They may never produce enough testosterone to turn you into a man. And the final thing is, like Dylan Mulvaney, you may have what's called gender dysphoria. Now, I think we're in an excess of that currently. There are people like me who have physical differences, but that's about 1%. Then there's another 1% who have gender dysphoria. So that's 2, maybe 3% of the population, not 30%. So, like I said, if you are interested in a hot Russian bride, there are good services, but there is no one who's willing to go to Moscow now to help you get a bride. Thank you for listening. See you next time.